Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and it's 6:31 here in the studios of Love FM, Love TV, and wherever you are, we hope you're having a good time, enjoying yourself, relaxed, and looking forward to a great day today, Thursday, which is the 13th, right?
Yes, it is the 13th day
Tamar is with me this morning.
of August. Good morning, Ernesta. Good morning, Belize. Of course, thanks for choosing love and for starting your morning off with us.
That's right.
And it's going to be a packed show, Ernesta, so we don't have a lot of time to chit-chat. Just want to touch on some of the topics we'll be covering this morning. Carnival is here.
They are right. Carnival coming up.
Yes, so we're going to talk about preparing for Carnival, what the bands have been doing. And we're going to get into some sports and strategy. We're going to talk about the National Sports Policy and Strategic Plan and how we can support athletes more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring it back.
It's still back to school season as well. So we have
There are deals all over.
Yes.
And then you have these GST weekends coming up. Mm-hmm. So we'll have our friends from Tropigas telling us what they are offering. You might even be able to save more than the GST.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean. And then it's Climate Week. Yesterday I was talking with the Minister of the Environment about climate, which, as you know, is an important subject.
Yes.
And we'll always keep talking about that. And then we have what? Marie Sharp will be here this morning.
Marie Sharp.
I think
Marie Sharp is celebrating 45 years of pepper sauce and wondrful products that have gone global.
You know what? I've been eating Marie Sharp products for 45 years.
Wow. Well,
So
who
I need
better?
a reward too.
Who better to interview and speak to her? I really want everybody to stay locked in at least up to this final segment because we're going to be talking about this package. It's a product that Marie Sharp is putting out. It's a mystery box collection, a collection of mystery products, and it's all in celebration of this 45-year anniversary.
6:33. Oh, by the way, I said 6:33, but we're playing a Bolido.
64.
64 played in Bolido.
64 played in the Bolido.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Yes, we are starting bright and early with the carnival subject this morning here on the morning show. And joining us is the marketing and PR person for the Belize Carnival Association. That's Eugene Trench. And he's joined by one of the band leaders, none other than Ms. Carla Thompson. She's representing here Rhythm Rocker.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you.
Morning, morning.
You think it's appropriate to start the morning?
Yes,
Carnival?
lively. Start it lively.
Saturday,
Wake up
right?
everybody. At least soak a song, something just so bam. When you hear carnival, you hear music, you hear lively, you hear everything. So everybody should
You
be
know
awake.
anybody out there not like carnival?
Well, yes.
Well,
yes
let
and
me,
no.
let me ask this. Every year, Carnival comes with its own set. Every year's Carnival comes with its own set of challenges, its own different things to look forward to. So, what would you say make the preparation for this year distinct from others?
Every year, I think the bands are trying to improve their costumes, and it's like I always say, carnival and everything is like technology. Every year, you go a step further. So this year, I think we have a little more bands, and actually we have about we have 6 junior bands, 4 senior, and 5 non-competing bands. So the show on the road should be great.
Okay, sounds
Well, it's
good.
a little bit bigger than us, yeah, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
But we
Bigger
can't.
than-
What we can't ignore is that COVID year or years. It definitely kind of stopped the growth, and then it had to like rebuild from scratch in some ways.
Yes, yes, like everything in
Yeah.
life, you know, COVID came with a, I don't want to use the word, but it came and then it went and people started to rebel. And I think after COVID, a lot of people found out ways to improve their lives, and businesses, personal, everybody improved their life. And Carnival is no different because I think, with, like I said, with technology, you can Google, you can go to YouTube and watch what other countries are doing, and then you can get ideas.
All right. Well, there are several competitions coming up. I know the King and
Yes.
Queen is one of them.
Yes, that's one
tell
of
us
the
about
major.
that. If maybe somebody is not familiar, what is this King and Queen competition?
Okay, the King and Queen competition is the part of the carnival where the main character reflects the theme of the band. So each band has a king and a queen with their storyline. So if that's what the judges look for, the judges will get the write-up about the storyline. They will go and inspect the costume, see it's durable. They're going to watch it, question the player or the band leader to see what's, if their storyline in line with the design of the king and queen. But they're the main characters in the storyline.
Miss Thompson, I enjoy the storylines, and I always wonder where they come from. I know some of them come from like ancient folklores, but some of them are original and some are kind of like built upon, right? What's the process in coming up with this story and narrative behind it?
First year.
Okay.
Well, this is your
So
first
this
year.
is my first year.
Okay.
So my storyline, I was just watching a Netflix movie.
Okay. Inspiration
and I
comes from all
fell in
over.
love with Queen Zinga. So my whole team is about a Queen Zinga, and you got restless night because every time I wake up.
Is that the Warrior Queen?
Yes.
Yes. Yes,
I
I'm aware.
love
In
it.
junior and stuff.
Yes.
It's a lady in a movie. Watch it.
Yeah, so I tweet and you know, I came up with a concept about the way I want my costume to be designed, the materials I want to use, the colors I want to use. So I know I may think that an easy process, but
No.
it's not.
No, you don't pick your queen.
I finished, yes, sir.
You
I
pick your
done
queen?
practice the queen for February. I picked my queen.
What?
Yeah, so.
And how elaborate do you think you're going building her
Well,
costume?
I'm not doing elaborate way, being it's my first year, so I just step in at the waters. So, but I love it where I do.
But you still compete?
Yes,
You
sir.
still
I'm
compete?
Still
competing.
competing. What's the criteria? Because we all have an idea of what we want to see on stage, but the judges are looking for specifics.
Yes, the judges, like I mentioned before, they look for the theme, then they look at the costume and see if it blends it with the theme. Then they look for the durability of the costumes.
Okay.
Then they question the player of the costume or the band leader and ask them questions. Then the durability of the costume, they go around and they touch it, they do all sort of things with it to test it. Then the last part is the player go on the area where they, at the civic and the stage, and then they perform for 3 to 5 minutes, and then that's where the judging comes in.
That costume, can you do a costume for the King and Queen competition, but use something maybe lighter or so in the parade, in the march, or
No,
is there a rule that you must use the same
Yes,
costume?
because it's part of your team. So the
Okay.
same costume.
Because
you
the one I
use-
put on the stage, being on a stage, I could probably use more, I don't know, frills and accessories. But
Well-
once I'm on the road,
No,
things can be
it's the
different.
same costume, but the only difference will be is that the player that plays the costume at King and Queen doesn't have to play it during the road march. So
Okay.
any reveller
Okay.
can go in and play the costume, but the costumes must be present in the road march because
Okay.
it's part of the team.
Okay. So actually, I could be a king, but I could pull it like for 10 minutes and then
Yes,
somebody else
yes,
could pull it.
somebody else, yes,
I
yes.
probably only could do 10 minutes anyway.
Yes, yes, something like that. You can get somebody to help you if you don't want it, because things can happen. The player can get sick on Carnival Day or get twisted or
Yeah,
something
or spend too
unfortunate
much
happen.
the night before, which does happen.
Yes, so so we decide, and one of the things for the King and Queen costume, which we have changed this year in previous years, is that we don't limit it to in the past is that the costume can't stand up by itself.
Okay. So
Like a
it doesn't
float.
have to, shouldn't have to be in it in order for it to stand
up.
on its
Right.
own.
So we change it
Okay.
and said you can make a big costume, because what we found out is that people are interested not if the costume can stand up.
No.
They're interested in the beauty and the
Yes,
variation of the
but if you
costume.
notice abroad, a lot of the
Exactly,
costumes are
exactly.
freestanding.
So we scratch
just
that
pull it-
out of the rule book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've observed a few of the King and Queen competitions, and one year I think some people were surprised by the band that won because a lot of them go up there and dance, right? And they're energy,
Yes,
energy.
yes,
But the
yes.
winner, they more so muddled it,
Yeah.
right? And then that became a question like, okay, so which is it? How
Yeah.
should you
exuberant
act
do
like
I
a carnival?
reveler, or is this about the
Because then
costume?
remember you have the
See what you
pre-judging.
said, Tamar, is a very important,
Yeah.
which everything is a science. Because if you're dancing a costume and you're not the person, like you said, can wiggle and whine and everything,
Yes.
you pick a song that's slow. So you go with the rhythm of that song. So in the King and Queen costume, if you want a fast music and go slow, automatic, you're not going with the rhythm. But if you pick a song that's kind of slow, and then you could just take that movement and go, you're right within the rules of the game.
So part of the rules, I would think the judges would look for the costumes, movement, and flow itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
And
the
you
player
know-
move the
Purchase,
costume.
yeah.
No, I know that, but the costume flexibility.
Yes,
and
all of that comes.
But you don't want a
exactly.
stiff costume. You want a
Exactly.
costume that moves,
Exactly.
looks
Movement.
colorful.
Because
create movement.
If you look at those big countries like Trinidad that has these
No, they're
huge
huge,
costumes,
huge.
if you look at the
things are
player in the
motorized.
costume, sometimes you can't even see the player.
That's right.
Because it's blended with the costume.
Correct.
So all that the judges will be looking for.
It's not just the dancing. It's a lot of steps.
Yes,
in
so
winning.
you may do
Yeah.
good in one area, but lose points in another area.
Yeah.
So when it comes, it's like the road march. You know, the road march has different area of judging. They have the spirit of carnival. They have the judging out at the J Park, and then they have the last lap
Yeah.
in Marion Jones. But before that, you have the mass camp visits, where the judges go and see how you prepare for the road march.
Miss Thompson, is your band competing in the King and
Yes,
Queen?
ma'am.
Okay. How are the preparations going? How ready are you?
I'm ready.
Really?
Yes.
What?
So
I'm ready.
if tomorrow was the day you're
I'm
king,
ready.
you're queen, ready for step on the
Yes,
stage.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Sleepless night, so I'm ready.
You still have a few weeks to go. When is the road march?
5th of September.
So the-
Yeah, King and Queen is
This
this
Saturday.
Saturday at the Belize Civic Center. The pre-judging is 5 o'clock, and the show starts at 7.
Why is this title so coveted? Who win the king and queen of the carnival?
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Because you look at it, if you win the king and queen and you win road march, it's like a chilling, ling, 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 lot of money in your account.
I see.
You know, so the work pay off and
Yeah.
you have something to boast about. And it has been in the past, it has happened. And you have people that won the king and queen, but their group doesn't win the road march. So if you win the king and queen and win road march, you're in good standing and you
Because
can
the
brag.
road march now depends on your revelers, right?
Yes, the revelers,
How active they are and
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
The
they're
spirit
doing
of
it.
carnival, your team, and the durability of your costumes. And the most important thing with the road march, it goes with numbers. Because this year we have dropped the numbers because some of the bands said they couldn't reach their numbers. So it used to be 100 for the seniors and 75 for the
Junior.
juniors. I mean, sorry, 50. But now we drop it to 75 for the senior and 45 for the junior.
for the juniors.
Yes.
But you're having more bands.
Yes, we have more bands,
Yeah.
and and the non-competing is
Yeah.
just senior bands non-compete. So
Right.
we won't have any junior bands that are non-competing.
What this will be, am I right, the third year of the new route? Right?
Yes, yes,
Third
you're right,
year.
you're right.
What any lessons learned there and any changes,
changes?
anything?
No, the only thing with the route is that anywhere you have party goers, you're gonna have some misbehaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one of the area we're working with the police department
Yeah.
to try to have more police in certain areas where we believe will be the hotspots.
I guess you can't afford it, but if you get a metal fence, you put them along
Well,
the route,
we
you know,
actually that's
and
the only
you need
thing,
to do that. That is
Ernesto,
important.
is that we wish we had barriers along the whole road, but then we have it at the DJ Park. That's where they're gonna dance, and we're gonna have it by the Rock Park. And we're trying. I hope we can do it to get some rope, at least to assist in help roping off.
Yeah, because we still have that issue. People
Yes,
crowd the
yes,
bands
yes.
and then they can't spread out
And-
and show off the choreography.
The only thing with it, with this new route now, which I kind of love, is that I always say when the carnival had begun over at the Yarborough area and traversed over the bridge onto the north side, is that people from 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock go camp out. The sun is hot and they start their partying. So by the time the carnival reach over there, 3, 4,
Then don't nice up.
then the misbehaving begin. So we find out with this route now, it's a little bit shorter, not much, but by the time the carnival reach, they're not at their peak yet. So they kind of behave. Some of them, they kind of behave.
What about, talking about the spectators and businesses and so on, what are businesses doing along this new route? You find that, are they capitalizing on the carnival?
Yes, especially.
What about individuals? How is that working out? Because the first criticism was this route not have enough space
For vending.
for all the vendors
No,
and
I
so
think
on.
it was a miscommunication the first time it happened when the city council put out the release and said you can't vend on the sidewalks and you can't vend in certain areas. Because what happened is sidewalks is where people stand up.
That's right.
What they mean, you can't sell on the sidewalk, but usually along the road you have the grass area.
Yes, you have areas
You
where
can go sell there, but you can't do it on the sidewalk. So people just miscommunicate with that.
I
And you
think we
found
adopted, and the second year went a lot
yes,
better.
well, better. And what the council does, they capitalize?
Yeah.
Because some of the public areas, they rent out to vendors. So
Yeah,
they
we see that for
capitalize
sure.
off it.
That's
you
what
know.
we
Even
need to
private
do.
homeowners, they capitalize off it. If you have a space in front of your house and somebody wants to set up a food stand or a little bar, you rent
Do
out
you as the Carnival Association benefit from any of this capitalizing that's going on?
No, the city council help us a lot. So it's a
Okay.
kind of help each other. Because, like, for example, what they do with the carnival bands, they give them the blockage for the streets to work out. And you know, every time you block a street, you got to pay city council. But they do. They give us that free. So the bands doesn't have to pay for that.
Okay.
Mass
okay.
Camp is coming up.
Yes, exactly. The
All right.
22nd to the 24th Mass Camp. That's right here. And that's where one of the first set of judging starts our road march.
Where is your camp?
Farbers Road Extension.
On Flowers Road. How many revelers you have now?
So far.
'Cause you have senior, right?
No, I'm
No, she's
junior.
a
junior.
Junior
She's
band.
a junior
Junior.
band.
Okay.
So far, I'm still looking for revelers because we have one problem where a lot of dads doesn't want their little girls to dance at the carnival. So it's hard right now to recruit, but I'm still recruiting. So if anybody out there and they have a daughter who want to dance, send in a rhythm rockers. But right now I have 30 revelers. I still need 15.
What are some of their concerns?
The attire or the lawlessness of the
Onlookers, okay.
onlookers, yeah.
And what do you say, in order to
I
make
tell
them feel like...
them, your kids want safe with me, I want to make sure they're safe with me.
This size a band now, I think you could recruit your own
Security.
and
Yes.
with the rope.
Yeah,
And
with
even
the
the-
rope.
On the old days, we did
Yeah,
that,
the
at the
ropes.
beginning of
We
Carnival, I used to
encourage
be one rope
bands,
bearer and
we
water
encour-
carrier.
the association, along with the police, we provide marshals and the police. Actually, the police has about 2 or 3 police walking along with the bands. But we always encourage the bands is to get rope and get helpers to hold the rope
To-
so that
Yeah.
the curtain half.
around a
Yes,
cordon off
all
there,
around. We
yes.
always encourage them to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
It will be a little safety.
I
You know,
agree.
like I said,
you keep people out.
Yeah.
yes,
you know.
and one thing we must say, Ernesto and Tamar, is that with the junior bands, their dress code is 100% different from the seniors.
Yes.
How so?
They have rules. They have to cover up.
Yeah.
Nothing, their shoulder can't show, their legs, nothing can show. So their costumes must be like a cover up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's completely different from it. No
Yeah.
bathing suit, none of these stuff for the junior band.
Now, when it comes to the judging, what are you looking for at the Mass Camp?
Like I said, when the judges go, they look for how the costumes are being made. They question the band leader. They ask them about the team. They look at how their camps situated, and a little entertainment. They do after that. But they usually go look how the costume is being made
Are
and
they
see
judged-
that it's not important.
Is that entertainment judged too, or is that just for the ambience and the atmosphere?
It's both. You
Okay.
could say both. Because, like I said, everything has a spirit in it.
Uh-huh.
So if you go to a camp, you don't hear music. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
at a wake.
Yeah.
So the ambience and the creativity and everything involved with it.
Speaking of that, we understand that they're trying to introduce a new type of band, which they call it what, the Creole,
The Creole
the
heartbeat.
Creole
Yeah, Creole
heartbeat.
heartbeat.
the Creole band, you know.
Uh-huh.
So if I may want to go a Frank Sinatra band like that, want Willie Nelson or country,
you can-
I mean?
That's
You can have
interesting.
everything. You can have anything.
Yeah.
It's
How
about-
it's received.
Remember that, like Creole heartbeat, she's in the
Non-competing.
Non-competing.
Yes, not complete.
Yes,
I agree. Because
So
and
you can hide
I think-
anything you
Yeah,
want.
I think
But
so.
what we try encourage that we do something local for Belizean.
Yeah, of course,
You
of
know,
course.
Belizean, you know.
We
but you
are
can
soon,
do
we are
things.
soon. I don't know if you've noticed, China has robots that run now and
Stop it.
wrestle and box.
And just
we,
tell me
we need
robots
to
in
have a
Carnival.
robot march band. You know what I mean?
Don't
You
worry,
see
we-
the guys?
I don't know.
dance
we might not be a robot in the stomach.
They do have humans doing the robots.
Yes,
So I don't
yes,
know if you'll have
yes.
robots doing the human.
Who knows? Maybe I have
No,
robots.
it's true. In China, they have robot Olympics and run the race, then
Maybe I have
dance.
And
robot
it's like you can't
revelers.
deny it's a little-
Robot revelers,
it's a little
Robot
creepy.
revelers.
They
Maybe
don't
don't
lose
know.
energy. They're great.
And one thing with robot revelers, they won't get tired.
It would probably be nice to have them design some of the costumes, right? Not
Yeah.
design, but put them
Yes,
together.
what I'm hearing from the bands, I'm very impressed. And I think it's going to be a good show on the road.
But speaking of the costumes, Ms. Thompson, you know, one of the challenges that some band leaders speak about is the accessibility of the materials they want for their
Yeah.
costumes. Some have to import it. There's that can be difficult
Yeah.
with the time restraint
Restraint.
and the cost. Has that? Do you think that's improved over the
Well,
years?
for
Was it easier this year? I know it's your first year,
Yeah. Well, for me, I get everything at Mikado and Simon Kwan.
but okay.
So, you know, I know travel a lot. I try shop within Belize. Kind of save time and money sometimes.
headache.
Yes.
Yeah, and headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get everything right there at Belize.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think you could do. You have to use your.
You could.
Improvise.
Yes, every improvise.
Yeah.
But
This-
one of the things we wanted is that in the past, when my sister was with, way back when Ernesto used to, their own
Revel.
carnival, come on. No, we went to try Revel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But what happened, what we used to do is that, you know, and sponsorship comes in very good because we used to have our airline help sponsors us, and then we used to go to Trinidad and check the materials and find out where they get it from and things like that. But you found out that with those big countries like Trinidad,
They're on a different
they have
level.
like these countries marketing people that create these fabrics.
Just
Yes.
for the.
They go to them and they show them what they have,
That's right.
like in
Imagine that.
months in advance, so that they can.
Now,
see
that's
and
a whole
identify
different
that.
industry.
Yeah, but that's a big
That-
economic business.
That's
for
a
them.
different.
But like what
game.
Ms. Carla said is that we must thank Simon Kwan and Becado
Yeah.
because they
They have a
have
good
worked
selection.
with the carnival and they have make sure they get the materials in
Yeah.
time for them.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Juve, of course, will be.
The morning, yes, that will be
Morning
4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, then right after 2 o'clock, the road march starts at the same Lord Rayburn Plaza Memorial Park, same Seashore Road, which is very good,
Right.
you know, and we just ask everybody to enjoy and, you know, behave
Safe,
yourself.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
'cause
I
the
mean,
police
I
will
don't
be
know
out to
that carnival. I mean, not behave yourself.
Well, you have bad behavior and good behavior.
We're looking forward to it.
Yes, and one more
And,
thing, Ernesto, is that I think some of the bands, if people still would like to help and sponsor them,
Yes.
they can easily contact them and they will be willing to, you know, meet with them and show them their plans and everything. But like what Ms. Carla said, revelers, I know some bands are probably overflowed.
Yeah.
They have more than the amount, but you still have a couple bands that indeed. So anybody want to dance carnival, just contact the bands and they should be helped to assist them.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Ms. Carla Thompson, and of course, Mr. Eugene Trench. We are going to take a break, people. It is, let me see, 7:01. When we come back, we'll be switching gears and talking sports. We'll be right back.
Introducing Grow What, a global
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We are at, let me see, just 6-7 minutes after 7 o'clock. And
Welcome
like you
back,
said,
everybody.
we are changing to sports. We have some guests in studio, especially from the National Sports Council, talking about the new sports policy and strategic plan. Want to introduce your guests?
That's right. We have right there in center Miss Yasmin Juan. She is the marketing, communications, and PR consultant. Just to her right, that's Mr. Kevin Jean, a managing director with, is that Cinec? Cinec, Sports Management and Consultancy Services. And Mr. Jason Menzies, the director there at NSC. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Of course, we're here to talk about this new sports policy. Tell us, what does a national sports policy entail? What all does it cover? And what is it supposed to offer direction on?
Sport policy in its basic terms, and its most basic terms, is the government's intention for sport. Essentially, what are the key areas that need to be addressed to help achieve a mandate? And it sets the tone for national development. As you are aware, the sport policy arena is diverse, a lot of stakeholders in there. And the only way to give direction to that is to have one strategic direction, and that is going out in your national policy on sport.
Why did we need a new policy?
Yeah, what happened to the old one?
The old one, I believe, expired.
In 2025, actually. So last year, the last policy, which lasts 10 years, expired. And so the National Sports Council undertook this entire plan to redo a new policy that reflects the realities of what Belizeans are facing today.
And so I suspect you went looking for a consultant,
Yes.
and you found Mr. Jean.
Yes.
Okay, where's Mr. Jean from, and what's your background?
My name is Kavajan. I'm from St. Lucia, but I reside in Trinidad and Tobago. My background
so the
is...
accent, that's St. Lucian or Trinidad anyhow?
Well, you probably get a mix of both by now, but it's predominantly St. Lucian. My background is sport. Started off as a national athlete, worked my way into sport administration. So got educated at the University of the West Indies, where I still work. And then it has always been as a sport administrator moving forward. Understanding that you see a lot of issues within this framework as an athlete. And then when you look around, it doesn't seem that anybody is addressing those. So you build this notion that, hey, what can I do to fix this? And you put yourself in a position to be able to do that. So started off working, started my business, the company, and built on it, working across the region. First volunteering, of course, just to build a brand, and then getting to the point where, okay, we're established now. We would have had several projects across the region, working with America's Netball now, formerly AFNA. Latest, the Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees, helping them with the strategic plan, of course. A number of regional organizations would have worked in Trinidad and Tobago, then did their policy, reviewed national policy on sport for Guyana and several other Caribbean territories. So within that, you get a good understanding of the regional framework for sport and, of course, identify the deficiencies and see the similarities in issues and, of course, the approaches, of course, as well.
Yeah.
Were you an athlete?
Yeah. Went from, I was volleyball, contrary to the size.
Yeah.
So played, captained the national team for a few years before I retired, and of course then focused on my education as opposed to running around.
Did you do some bodybuilding?
Oh, when I left the sport,
That's all.
got into, because staying active, running, gymming, and then, well, predominantly gym right now, because again, sport is not just an
So
activity.
you come from
sport
the
for
belly of
life.
the beast, like they say. You've been in there.
I am still in it. Because in the sport administration component, you see the underpinnings.
No,
and
you're on the
everything.
outside. You're on the outside, kind of looking in. What's the commonality we all have in the Caribbean when it comes to developing our sports policies?
I would say capacity building. Capacity. A lot of people tell you about the issues that they have. And of course, we generally point fingers at the level of the government and the various national institutions.
Yeah.
But the reality is, when you build capacity, when you look at the framework, when you look at the organizations, the institutions, there is a lack of capacity. We tend to think that any and everybody can operate and manage sport, and therein lies our problem. We take different people, put them at the helm of these organizations and think they can do a good job, not understanding sport and its complexity. And sport is very complex, especially on the political aspect of things. So I think I would say capacity and capacity building as a major issue. And of course, behind that, you would generally hear funding.
All right. All right. We have this conflict of who's responsible for it. Either the government we blame or the private sector we blame. Where does that responsibility lie? Where is it more successful? From your experience, say in the region.
You see, that's the thing. In terms of ownership of sport, because sport is so malleable and sport is so far-reaching, sport transcends the mandates of various organizations. So definitely the government sets the overarching directive, which is via policy.
Okay.
But then
Policy.
within that framework, you have the various institutions and everybody plays a part in that. So you have your national sports organizations and your clubs, etc. They lend that support in terms of total participation, capacity building, and of course, community engagement. Private sector lends the support in terms of collaborations. They, on their hand, they get the what we call the corporate social responsibility. They help within the community. They support sport. Sport help them achieve their mandate with regards to advertising, etc.
Yeah.
If we look at just the government being the sole director or sole driver, that's where the problem lies. Sport transcends every single industry. And if you look at ministerial portfolios, yes, you have a Ministry of Sport. But when you look at the mandates of the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Community or Social Development, Rural Development,
Ministry of
Health,
Health.
all of these play a part in terms of advancing sport because sport helps achieve their mandates. And I think therein lies the problem. Persons just think because you have a ministry with responsibility, that is
But
the
you
issue.
you need a launching pad. You need someone to launch it. So is that government's responsibility?
So you have the government through the Ministry of Sport,
That's right.
essentially. In this case, and of course, you generally have an executory body who is responsible for policy implementation. And in that case, you have the NSC. So they're the ones to coordinate amongst all the stakeholders for policy
But their job is also
implementation.
to push it, to promote it, to make it happen. You
Okay.
can have all the policies in the world, but no games are held.
Right.
You
So making it through
you need,
them.
You need that push to come. Now, that push needs financing.
Yes, it does.
That, so the public purse's responsibility, would I be right in saying at the beginning to get the game started? Would that,
Well, not the
would you
game
say?
started. I would say the
Well,
first
I'm
thing is
using the
putting
game
the
as a-
structure in place. So they're responsible, as an NSC, they're responsible for coordinating amongst all of the stakeholders. There's a policy, how do we coordinate amongst those individuals to get it going? Yes, funding is a part of that, but the reality is, amongst the stakeholders themselves, chances are you
But
have
who are the
those who can't
stakeholders?
support.
We don't have stakeholders until it's created. For
No,
one
you
thing,
don't.
sports needs infrastructure.
Yes.
Infrastructure. So now there is a responsibility of the state to facilitate infrastructure.
Infrastructure,
And the kid
yes.
knows, or the athlete needs somewhere to go and perform and start and get interested. You're not interested until you see a bat or a ball. If you never see one, you'll never know about it. So somebody has to introduce you to that bat or ball or the gloves or whatever in the structure. So is this the state, I think, is the one who will set up the infrastructure. And then what happens next?
So the state sets up the infrastructure, and that's why we say the framework is important, the administrative structure. Because,
Right.
say for instance, you build facilities,
And nobody
how
goes.
do they manage those facilities? Who's
Right.
responsible for
Right.
what? So that's where that
Then
structure
you
is
need to
important.
keep the
So the state,
because-
through policy, okay, we collaborate between the stakeholders. We know, okay, the NSC, the NSOs, the national sporting organizations, who has access to what facilities, who gets funding, how do you promote sport, who's responsible
Right.
for community
Right.
sport, for school sport. That is it. And of course, they would have facilities and funding as it relates to the state's obligation. As it relates to the national sporting organization, again, you have regulatory policy in terms of what determines who's a sporting organization, a national organization. What's their remit? You're responsible for high-performance sport, you're responsible for community sport, you're responsible for school sport. So again, the structure is very important. Just as facilities are, the structure is important. And of course, sport is an ecosystem. If you focus on one component, it would be to the detriment of the others. So yes, the state has those responsibilities, provision of facilities, provision of policy direction, but the structure is also important in terms of the coordination. So it's to say like, okay, it's strictly the state would be somewhat erroneous. Everybody has to play the part, but the state offers a direction. So you can't point fingers at the state. You need to
And the
But when it comes to
infrastructure.
this national policy, what stage are we at?
So we started with the review of the last policy, obviously. So the consultants started with that review. We did some consultations with federations, and now we're doing public consultations. So we're hearing from the people who are on the ground. these public consultations were extended to parents, athletes, coaches, administrators, federation representatives. And so it's a series of 8 consultations that were planned across the country of Belize. Today we're doing the 4th consultation here in Belize City. And it's just giving people the opportunity to hear from them. You know, we're giving them a seat on the table that will ultimately guide sports for the next 10 years through the development of this policy and then a strategic plan.
Have we touched on issues of equity, gender, persons with disabilities? Has that entered the conversation at this stage as yet?
So definitely, I can say that one of the topics that has been discussed through consultations has been equity and just having that balance, gender balance for both females, and that promotion now focus on bringing more females in sports and getting more girls involved in sports. In terms of the access to special abilities, to people with special abilities, it has come up through the consultations as well. So a framework has already been developed. What we do now is that we take that framework and we go to the consultations and we present it so that the people who are living these experiences can tell us if they feel like for their realities, if anything is missing from what we already have, so that we can fill in the gaps that we may have in what we've already developed.
Yeah. Are we looking at this like sports in general? We need to get, you mentioned the Ministry of Health, you know, it has a lot to do with sports. I mean, you get the children healthier. And I think we start in schools. How is that working out? Getting the schools,
Well,
get the kids out there to become active.
Well, the Sports Council, a part of our mandate is the primary school programs. So through our coordinators, we do that. We've had meetings with Ministry of Education to smooth out some of the hiccups that we have in terms of releasing students. A lot of the time, inefficiencies for teachers to make it easy to get to arenas, to have tournaments.
You know, they need infrastructure again to
Right.
kids go.
So we've had those engagement at the highest level with the Ministry of Education. It's an ongoing conversation, and it's progressing.
Okay.
And just to add to that, part of the policy provides that direction. And so part of this entire process is taking and looking at the various stakeholders and identifying roles or gaps that currently exist. So the policy will address some of those gaps that currently exist. We know that PE in schools is an issue. We need to find ways how we can formalize it more, how it can better address the needs of children in terms of just teaching them the basics, right? But the policy speaks to that. The policy provides that direction, and part of what they're doing is that they're also developing the strategic plan. So the strategic plan will provide even more direction in the delivery of achieving the objectives of the policy.
Okay. Kelvin, are we looking for champions? What are we doing? Are we looking at the whole, you know, getting Belize more sport-oriented, like sports? The kids love to, most kids love to do some kind of activity. And when does it change over into now we want to create champions?
And that's a good question. And persons brought that up. The short version of that is yes, we want to create champions and we want all of that. So, but in the reality, you're looking at things realistically. If we don't have the structure, that's not going to happen. So in looking at the policy, looking at most of the conversations we've had, I think the main point right now is to establish that foundation, put that structure in place, one that leads toward that championship building, what we call elite and high-level sport. But again, at this juncture, the focus should be on structure, capacity building, planning, and of course, getting individuals trained who can then sustain that thrust.
Are there some areas in sports now that we can, I'm thinking of like volleyball, basketball, that you only need to basically regulate. You don't need to worry about infrastructure and development and create champions in that area. Can you remove them from the whole picture? And that is not the responsibility of what we have. We have
private
champion
clubs
leagues and the private clubs and so on.
No, well, so the Sports Council fosters the environment
Yeah.
for those structures to thrive. and to create their forming system where we have champions now and to continue producing those champions.
Because,
Can I add something to that?
sure.
You see, again, when you look at sport development, you will have some federations, some organizations that are higher or more developed than others. And some are at a level right now that are producing those same champions I just spoke and high performing at a level where they're winning internationally, regionally. So in terms of providing a system that facilitates that, you have to somewhat balance the scales, provide them with the assistance that they need while simultaneously building that structure that you need to get others there. So it does bring about some contention because persons bring about, okay, equity in funding. Why is that organization getting more funding, or why is that sport getting more funding than this sport? So again, yes, it exists, and you have to cater to it. That is the nature of sport, and of course, at the level of the NSA, you have to pay attention to those. But on the other hand, it somewhat breeds content because everybody thinks, hey, we're supposed to be at the same level, and it brings that a question, okay, which sports do we focus on as it relates to high performance?
I mentioned earlier about prioritizing sports. We're not going to be good at everything.
Exactly.
You know, just yesterday I was watching a report on India. It's so big, and India has no football team or anything, but they are good at cricket. You know, they have holidays when
So
they
they
play
should
cricket.
focus on cricket.
So they focus on cricket. You know, they've never been in the World Cup, even though they want to host the World Cup, I think in 38 or somewhere. So they are bidding for it. So, I mean, we are good at some sports, you know, obviously. And the one that comes to mind for me is track and field. We are very good at track and field. Would the policy kind of be a little prejudiced and say, well, if we identify talent in this area, let's work on it? Would that come into play?
Concentrating
or-
resources on areas where we have the most potential for excellence.
I don't think that would be in the policy per se, but I believe producing champions gets attention. So the federations who are producing these champions, the association that are producing these champions, of course we give more attention to those, but I don't think that would be something that would be in policy.
Because you have the chicken or the egg, which one comes first?
No, because I think Ernesto is concerned with how we look on the international arena. But that direction, it neglects the way sports impact each and every one of us. Just because you might not be able to win the race doesn't mean you shouldn't be outside running, right?
But that's why I brought up from earlier. I said, are we doing this generally just to keep the kids active, or are we looking for champions?
Okay,
At some point, you bring out the talent.
So let me weigh in that. If you look at the rest of the region, what they have done at international is the same. There are sports that are prioritized, and these are seen as those sports that are likely to win medals internationally.
That's right.
That priority exists. And of course, we have to make that same decision, okay, which sports? And like I stated earlier, it just generally brings content from other organizations, okay, why them, not us? And that can be justified. You can actually argue that based on a history of performance, etc., where you are ranked internationally, you can justify that. And as a policy measure, you can state that, hey, via policy, a funding structure, we have tiered funding for X, Y, and Z depending on where you fall. So recommendations will go forward, and of course the final adoption will rely on the stakeholders, because when the policy is completed, we then go out for an online public
We talked a lot
consultation.
earlier. We talked a lot about infrastructure, right? Sporting facilities. How will the policy address support for human capital? We talk about champions, but what is the policy as it relates to students who are, or not even students, but athletes who are making sports their priority, who is representing Belize on national stages? What is their fallback plan? How do we support them? What's the structure there? Like in education, there was the policy that every student who passes X amount of
That's right.
exams, CXCs, they get tuition paid. What's the policy for the human capital in sports?
And you say, what's the policy? I mean, what will the policy say? Because it's still being developed.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we're uncovering as we speak. So a lot of persons would have raised questions with regard to that. Even the capacity building for the officials. we have officials, but they aren't paid. They're volunteers. How do we then transition to a professional outlook if we're not paying individuals? You also have issues of those individuals getting time out for sport. And I'm speaking from the responses we got from our consultations. We make recommendations as it relates to policy objectives. So when the policy is formulated in draft, those key objectives that need to be focused on will be there. And part of that, as you indicated, would be a funding policy. How do we then fund athletes? Do we offer scholarships? Awards and recognitions are things that are currently being proposed based on the first round of consultations. So again, I don't want to preempt the policy, but what I can say is those things will be addressed via separate policies. For instance, you have a rewards and incentives policy that speaks to athlete achievement and, of course, catering to athletes. National funding policy, who gets funding, at what level, and how funding is transacted via the executory company, the Ministry and State enterprises, etc., and the reporting requirements for said funding. NGB recognition policies, what constitutes an NGB, what is the mandate of an NGB, etc. So these policies, again, the national policy sets the overarching objective, but in terms of implementation, you have separate policies that guide different areas, setting that national structure. So these will come out, and I think what you came up with there is a great point to that in terms of athlete
Now,
care.
how can more people add their voices to the dialogue and contribute to the policy development?
So I will say two things, and then I'll let Yashmin handle that. One, attend the consultations. Another round of...
When, where?
So, Yashmin.
So we started, like I said, in Toledo on Monday, but the ones that are left are today in Belize City. It's happening at the DYS Auditorium, formerly known as Gateway Center. And so that starts at 10 a.m. this morning. So we're inviting everybody from Belize City to go out, support, share your opinions, give us your feedback. We've been having so many productive sessions already with the consultations that we've had. We've been hearing new ideas, new suggestions. And then the consultations move to the north, Orange Walk, Corozal, and then it ends on Saturday in Bamokwan.
Are you accepting written submissions?
We have not considered it, but it's something that we can definitely do moving forward. There's going to be a second round of consultations, actually. And so we're going to go through this process all over again because we want to the best of our ability, give people the opportunity to provide feedback, to be a part of the conversation. Ideally, we want more people to get involved, but we also understand that some people, like you said, maybe prefer just giving written suggestions or giving written feedback. And
I'm a writer, so I tend to explain myself better in writing. And I think the same might be true for most
You write
people.
love letters.
I
also?
do. I explain myself very well.
So the second round is an online consultation. When the framework is completed, it will be posted online, and of course, individuals would then be able to submit the written submissions with regards to recommendations or submissions regarding that.
Well,
policy.
I am supporting Tamar on this, where we identify, we're hearing now that we need different skills, the workplace. So the ITVET schools are going to be refurbished and revamped, and the whole curriculum to bring it up. Robotics is the big deal now, so we're pushing that. Well, let's think about having a lead sports school or a sports academy.
Oh.
And book that so the kids can go there.
So that's the first submission right there.
Oh, you actually got that already. And of course, the minister would have spoken that having a national sport academy.
Yeah.
Subsequent to that, you made a good point that most people tend to overlook. We speak about TVET, and if you look at national and other industries, they are a key part of the TVET programs.
Yeah.
When you look at sport is not. Yet still, we're trying to build an industry, but we don't have that capacity. So I think it's important, and that is a recommendation. Include sport on these curriculums. Sport administrators, sport technical training, etc. So we build that capacity to help push the thrust for development.
What's the timeline and what happens after the consultations are complete? Round 1 and round 2?
Policy gets completed. It goes to cabinet for approval. Once that happens, the planning process, the strategic planning process with the NSC happens. That is what we build out the policy over the 10-year period. First 5-year strategic plan dealing with the operational years 1 to 5. What's going to happen, who's responsible, and how we take it forward.
How long are you going to be here?
We're here for the week, and again, we do have the sports summit in September.
Okay.
So I get back here for that again, but then I'll be working behind this.
When in September are you coming?
The 2nd and 3rd.
Oh,
he's
you'll be here for
probably
the
gonna
carnival?
So he's
Summit first, though.
Mr. Menzies, anything you want to add before we close?
Just that in addressing what he just mentioned, that we are in the formative stage of creating these high performance centers that would address exactly that in terms of building up the athletes.
To get
High
all this-
performance centers. I
Yeah.
like that. Thank you so much for coming and for inviting us to become a part of the conversation in building our national sports policy. All the best in the
And
process. I
Chismez's
hope we get a lot
director.
of participation.
Thank you.
Yashmin Juan, marketing at the National Sports Council, and of course, joining us as a consultant, Kervin John.
You're
Thank
most
you,
welcome.
ladies, gentlemen. Enjoy your day. Eat any meat pie yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Or fried jack.
Or
I
fried
had
jack.
fried jack. I had fried jack.
20
It might not let us eat fried.
This is true. This is true. 28 minutes now to 8 o'clock. We take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about back to school offers.
Good morning. Mainly fair weather is expected over the country. And in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be sunny with some cloudy spells today, then partly cloudy tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be generally isolated for today, with a few more expected along some coastal areas tonight. Then high temperatures will reach around 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 94 inland, then 82 up in the hills. Low temperatures for tonight will reach around 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 74 inland, then 68 in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots, with sea conditions being light chop to choppy. Then high tides occur at 10:10 this morning and at 10:58 tonight. Low tides at 5:05 this evening, then at 4:44 tomorrow morning. The moon will rise at 6:24 this morning, then set at 7:12 this evening, while sunset is at 6:19 this evening and sunrise at 5:35 tomorrow morning. And now for the extended forecast. Mainly fair conditions with isolated showers or thunderstorms are expected on Friday, and then a few more are expected over the south for Friday night. And now for the sargassum update. There is a medium chance that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, moderately impacting beaches across the country. And finally, for the tropical weather outlook. At 3 a.m., Tropical Depression Cristobal was located near latitude 38.6 north, longitude 38.2 west, or about 610 miles west of the Azores. Cristobal was moving to the northeast at 16 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. Then there was Invest 92. Showers and thunderstorms are showing signs of organization associated with a tropical wave located about 1,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. This system has a high chance of becoming a tropical depression within the next couple of days, while the system moves westward across the central tropical Atlantic. Please note that neither of these systems pose any threat to Belize. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
Pelican is more than just brewed in Belize. It's made of Belize.
Well, we have good news and bad news.
Let's hear the bad news
The
first.
bad news, especially for students, that school will open soon again.
No,
I used
no.
to hate that
No,
time
no,
when I
no.
used to go to school.
The kids are actually looking forward to back to school.
I
Remember,
think
this
the
is where
parents
they
look forward more to it.
remember this is where they get to show off their new backpacks and their new school supplies. They're gonna like it for at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
Until the homework starts piling in. So right now, most people are excited for back to school. We know Tropic Gas is excited for back to school.
That's the good news.
That is the good news.
Now that Tropic Gas is
It's
here.
good news
and
all
offering-
around. Good morning, Roman.
Hi, good morning.
What's
Tamar
happening?
and
What's
Ernesto.
going on? What's the
What's-
back to school vibe at Tropic Gas?
What's the back to school vibes at Tropic Gas? That's what Ernesto said. You said the students will be sad, you said? No, I agree with you. They will be
Thank you.
excited because they want to show off whatever they get or whatever they receive.
Yeah.
For me, if I was going to buy, if I was in school
not
from
be anymore.
students, I would have been so excited for the first day or the second day.
Yeah.
Until
You wear off, right?
homework
Homework.
start kicking, right? I believe the first day or the second day you will be receiving homework, right? Or maybe the first day not, but the second day you will
If
see
you're a
what.
teacher and you're giving homework in the first week, man, no.
It's true, it's true. But if they give homework, you'll be excited to take down all your notes on your new laptop, right?
True.
Correctly. So you saw what the vibes right at, like at Tropic Gas. Well, our vibes remain the same. We here to assist and help students and help parents to get ready for back to school, which is next week Monday. I think it's the 24th. No, the 24th.
Well, some schools
return
have opened already. I think UB is open. So
correctly.
they're going to be opening.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are here to help those who need the supplies for back to school, like pertaining laptop. We know there's a lot of students right now. There's a lot of high school and a lot of university recommend a certain type of laptop that they requested because
They do have minimum requirements for the specs.
Correctly, because there are some parents visit our store and they ask for a directly specs, which is I think the i5 and some more, and which is we have that in Acer and HP laptop, and they're all going for $9.99 cash price, and you could also put those on credit. So we are selling laptops so fast right now. And we just getting back in we just get back some more in stock. So for those who never received their laptop before, they could visit back Tropic Gas now, and they are back in stock, right? Because we run out.
Okay.
So we are back up fully and running in laptops, and we have the same one that you need, the specs and different things, and all the, the i5 and the Windows 10, everything. The 8 gigabyte, everything that you need is right there.
And you got some pretty good and trusted brands too. You have the Dells,
correct.
the Acers.
We have Lenovo, we have Acers, we have Dell, and we have HP, right? And they're going for affordable price right now. It's big, massive saving at Tropic Gas, pertaining laptops. So you could visit Tropic Gas right now and get your laptop either cash or credit. Like I have always said, during this time, some parents don't have that finance to do directly purchase on cash, but they have credit account, so you could put that on your credit account. Correctly, you could put that on your credit account as well.
And Roman, as us out here, we're the consumers, right? We're the customers, and we have the buying power. We can buy from anywhere. You could tell us to buy from Tropic Gas, but we could buy from anywhere.
Correct.
I just want to advise, especially parents. I know that it's not to discourage you from buying secondhand or buying off, maybe Facebook Marketplace or something, but you do, if it's for your child, a student, you do want to make sure you have that warranty. You do want to make sure that you're buying something that's going to last them, not just for the year, but maybe for their 4 years, right? So make sure something when it comes to big purchases, investments is what I like to call them. You want to make sure that you are, doing your research, looking at the specs, buying something that comes with that guarantee. So just things to keep in mind. I don't want to spend your money just to make,
Tamara, you're a very good customer. I love the way you think. It is true because right now there are, you could probably visit around Belize City itself and you will see a lot of laptops out there. All different type of specs, all different type of size, different type of brand. But for me, I recommend come to Tropic Gas because, like what you said, you have that peace of mind guarantee.
Yeah.
You have that 1-year manufacturer warranty, and you also have the option to purchase extended warranty on your laptop, which is give you extra 3 more years, so you're going to have 4 years of guarantee of peace of mind as well, right? So we cover all manufacturer defects on laptops, right? So that is a more plus for you. So if you are buying, say perhaps you go online and you see a laptop from, probably you purchase it from the US or something for $150 US, because you do have laptops running for that price, but the brand and the type of laptop. So by the time that laptop get here, you know, and you be using that laptop, and maybe in couple months time something goes wrong, and that $300 Belize plus shipping, or how, I don't know how you get it here, go to waste. Now, if you purchase here in Belize at Tropigas, right?
Get it
there you go for $900 cash, $999 cash, or you put it on your credit for with an affordable plan. We have from 48 down to 36, 24, 18, 12, 6 months, 3 months, right? So if you, whatever plan you choose to put it on, and perhaps it's man-made. So some people will say, why would you say something will happen to that means it's not good? I'm not saying that. It's man-made. And perhaps something goes wrong in a year or 2 years' time, and you have that extended warranty, you're in peace of mind, because you could come back to us, report it back to us, and then we'll sort it out. If something there we could fix, we'll fix it. Something there cannot been fixed, then we recommend, the service department recommend to you that, you know, we will replace you with a new one within that same price range. Or if you choose to purchase something else costs a little bit more, you could pay the balance and receive that one as well.
What about the students who want to actually get maybe a printer as well?
Correct. So we have printer, we have HP printers, and we have all different type of printers right now, right? So like you going back to school, this is not only for high school students, right? This is for primary school students, high school students, people at university, whoever office space. If you have office space, you need a new laptop. We have the full package. We have the laptop, we have the printer, and we also have a small surround system, like surround speakers, to connect to your laptop, so you could have that in your office space, or, you know, or small Bluetooth speakers that you could be listening to at the same time. So it's like a package, right? We have everything at Tropigas you need. We have mouse, we have the earbuds, headphone, everything that you ever think about. We also have the office desk, and we also have the office chair as well. So you want to create that little space in your
work area,
or your bedroom, or have a little space in your home, and you want to create a little office. We have everything there. We have this office desk going for $499.99. We also have this the chair going for $299.99. We have the laptop, we have the speaker, and the good part of this is you're going to look at it and say, this is for $299, the desk is for $499. How can I afford all of this in cash? And then I have kids going. The good part of this is you could visit Tropigas and put this on your credit account. And if you don't have an account, right, and you want to create an account, bring your proof of employment, which is your employment letter, or your month of pay slip, along with a valid utility bill, no longer than a month old, and also 2 references. And we don't ask for those references to be printed out or writing I, Roman, Makola, no Tamar for the past. No. All what we want for those references is first, last name, address, phone number, and if he or she is employed.
Okay.
Right? So that is pretty fast. You could do that right over the counter. You don't have to bring that written letter for that. Right? And then in less than 48 hours, you will receive your item.
Sounds like a dream come true, Roman.
Yes. And then now, if you are treating your kids to school, they already have a laptop, and they said, mom or dad, and they need a cell phone. We have affordable cell phone at Tropigas. I don't have this one that we will show right now, but we have cell phone as low as $199.99. And then we have this one here, which for $599. This is a Samsung A26, and we also have the S26 Ultra. We have the regular S26, and we also have the Ultra. The regular is for $21.99, and the Ultra is for $31.99.
Roman, I have to stop you right there. I'm sorry, but please don't call it regular.
Okay.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Okay, we have the A20. We have the S26 for $21.99, and we also have the Ultra, sorry, for $31.99, right?
That's a really good price, by the way.
Yes, it's really, really, really good price, and it's nice. And we get those in stock, and I think, if I'm not misunderstood, we think we are already almost sold out already.
Wow, so they're going very fast.
Yes.
That might be the best price on the market that I've heard for
And
this.
students use these a lot for studying, don't they?
Yes, we also have the tablet as well.
But
tablets,
if
yeah.
a parent is listening right now, I just want to give you a little tip. Your student probably no need a S26, okay?
They need a S26.
No. I mean, they can. Because if you want to have a phone that's going to be up to date for a long time, you know, why buy one that's older, right? An older model. But just because that price, you know, it's an investment, as I call it.
But that might be overkill.
No, Tom, I agree with you, because as a good parent, if your child have a laptop already,
You just need a
and
basic phone.
I said, Mom or Dad, I need a new phone, right?
Yeah.
My screen is cracked. Get he or she the Ultra or the S26, right? And then they could use that same, the Ultra, or the S26 could use almost like a laptop, you know.
But they already have a laptop.
But then you have all the space, so you don't want to take that laptop with you to school.
That's why I brought up this device. But then you have tablets that do the same work, right?
Yes, but then we're looking for space, so you don't want them.
Each of these devices have their use and their purposes, right? I think most parents are trying to economize, Roman. They have multiple children and that they're trying to put through school. So they want you want to encourage them to spend wisely.
I agree,
and
Tamar,
not spoil
but
it with
if you see that S26,
I
will
want it.
fall in love with it.
I need it.
But come to Tropic Gas, baby. This coming to employment. In fact, you have good credit at Tropic Gas. You just walk into Tropic Gas this morning.
Is that GST? Is that comes under GST free?
The cell phone's not included in the GST.
What about tablets?
No.
Neither.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laptops, though.
Laptops, yes.
Yeah, they benefit from some of them, like the student
correct
ones.
They are certain, right?
Yeah.
But like I was saying, if you walk into Tropic Gas right now at 8:10, by 8:15 or 8:20, I guarantee you'll be walking out with that S26.
We'll put it to the test.
I guarantee, I, Roman McClough, guarantee that you will be walking out as quick as possible.
You see why I figure good credit people?
In good credit or good credit not, you could still, if this is your first time, today is what, Thursday?
Yes.
Yes. Today's Thursday, you could walk home with that S26 by Friday morning, or maybe, you never know, this evening. You never know.
Because my references will answer quick.
Correctly.
I'll call with my job letter, my address, my valid ID. Yeah.
Yes.
When is the first GST free weekend?
It's this weekend.
This weekend, right? This weekend.
Yes. So speaking about that, now we have a full package. Like I was saying, all this while, if you are like my niece, she's going to UB. We're all the way in Belmopan. So we're doing a package for her, which is she could get a small microwave, and then she also get a toaster, and she could get a kettle, right, a blender, and a toaster oven. You know, everything that you need. Even maybe a small waffle iron, right? So you could have all those stuff at your dorm, and you could prepare your own breakfast or lunch without having this a full whole stove. You this could all have all these small items, right? So that is the benefits that Tropic Gas will give to you. And then, like I said, if a parents out there or maybe a sponsor for a kid or whoever want to donate these stuff, you don't need cash to do so. If you have credit at Tropic Gas, you could put all these small items on credit. Right? And the good part of the benefit what Tropic Gas is doing right now, it doesn't matter when, from January to December, we always give customer 10% off on the credit account, and we will give you 10% off automatically.
Roman, something else important. When you have devices, you need tech support. Because things could go wrong, or maybe I don't understand how the software work. What kind of tech support do you have to assist me with maybe my printer, my computer, my laptop?
I'll recommend to our service department.
Servitech?
Yes. They will take care of everything there. Everything.
Yeah.
They will upload everything for you, everything on your laptop. Because you have to install all these things on your laptop, right? I want to bring out there some folks believe when they purchase a laptop, they'd have everything this open up and go. No, it doesn't work like that. You got to install certain
certain
software, yes.
Correct. And apps, if you want to call it that, needs to be installed.
Just like your phone, you need to upload certain stuff on your phone, right? That you need different apps, different.
You need the antivirus.
Correctly.
All that, yeah.
Yes. So, like I was saying, at Tropic Gas, we always give you a discount on your credit account. Always. We don't wait for promotion. We have two prices in our store. We have our cash price and we have our credit price. So we will always make you feel comfortable and always walking out happy at Tropic Gas. And the service is guaranteed 100% fast. So we ensure that you receive your item on time. You walk into Tropic Gas this morning, we will assist you quick as possible. If myself is busy or the other staff is busy, we will ask Sid, perhaps Tamara sit in front of me and Ernesta step in. I will greet you at the time and said, soon as we get Tamara, I will assist you so you could have your time to walk around. So we make you feel very comfortable and welcome at Tropic Gas. So we encourage everyone in this country of Belize to visit our store here in Belize today, in Orange Walk, Belmopan, and San Ignacio as well. All right? So we have all this promotion going on within all our stores right now for Tropic Gas.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's back to school. We have maybe a week to go for some more school to be open, and you want stuff for your kids, I guarantee visit Tropic Gas and you will get it on time, 100% sure, and it's zero deposit. So I don't want you to feel like if I step into Tropic Gas, my kid need a laptop or I need something. I don't said perhaps not laptop, but said I need something for my household as well, right? Or laptop, whatever for school, back to school. It is zero deposit. You don't have to go to Tropic Gas with any cash.
Yeah.
Just visit Tropic Gas with your ID, and you will get whatever you want or whatever you need. I 100% guarantee that we'll assist you to the fullest, and so that you could be happy. You happy, Tropic Gas is happy, and everybody is happy together in Belize, in the country of Belize.
What a lot of people might not know is Tropic Gas also offers cash loans. Because you got a lot of things, but not got everything. You might not got textbook, you might not got uniform.
Right. So it's like a one-stop store. You at Tropic Gas, we give up personal loan, as you could see, up to 15,000. And like I was saying, you could have two accounts at Tropic Gas or more than two. So some folks will ask, how can I qualify for a cash loan? Right? If you are a valid customer, and you have an account running, visit our store, and we'll run your account. If you are qualified, you will get that cash that you need the same day. But we recommend that you bring a full month pay slip and a valid ID. So to every time for the loan only, you must provide a full month pay slip and a valid ID. To every time you want to refinance or you want to take out a loan, you must provide your month pay slip. So you could have an item running and also have that cash at the same time. And if you're a first time, then bring all your necessary need, which is your employment letter, utility bill, and ID. But if you're a sub-customer, all what you need is just a valid ID and an updated 1 month pay slip. And in less than half an hour time, the amount of cash that you want, you will receive. So you could stop at Tropic Gas, get your cash, go and purchase whatever you need for your kid, get the laptop and the cash together on your account, and then you could take your cash and probably go buy your textbooks or whatever you want, your school bag or whatever your kids need. So it's basically it's like a one-stop. We do everything and we provide all the service that you need. We we are there to help you.
Sounds
So,
good.
good. You know, you don't have to buy any school books yet, but you know.
No. But and again, not while these deals exist because it's back to school, you don't have to be a student to benefit from them. You don't have to show no proof that you are a student. The prices are for everyone to enjoy.
All proof that we need is just a valid ID and utility bill. That is all. I don't care where you come from or whatever. If you are employed or you are self-employed or you're a business owner, just visit Tropic Gas so you get whatever you want. I don't want to know
Once you
too
got
much.
income.
That's correct.
You don't have to be employed, just have to get income.
Once
you can prove that.
Everybody could afford it in Belize, right? Everybody could afford to purchase whatever you need in this country of Belize. there is not one person out there who I believe will probably say, I cannot afford that. That is too expensive. There is nothing expensive for you. Just visit Tropigas and you will get it, and you will get a good payment plan that you could afford. So that's I use that term, everyone could afford it. Because when you visit Tropigas, we will give you the best credit plan that you could afford, not what we want.
Your credit plan now will be like my credit plan. Yours will be
Correct.
specific to you.
To you, what
your
you could
lifestyle,
afford.
your
Correct.
income.
So
your
if
expenses.
you're making $200 a week or $300 a week or maybe $600 a month, we will find a plan to suit you that you could afford for whatever you want from Tropigas, so you could afford it. Everyone in this country could afford it, right? The only way you could afford it, you need to visit Tropigas, then you could afford it. If you go somewhere else, I don't know, so I cannot recommend. I don't know, but I guarantee
you know
100% sure,
Tropigas has a-
if you come to Tropigas, I promise you that you could afford it, because we will make a plan to suit you, to go within your budget,
When is the best time to come?
from Monday to Saturday,
So I could come right after this show.
right after the show, from
right then.
8 in the morning till 5 in the evening.
Can I
Monday
come on
to
the weekend?
Saturday. Monday to
Saturdays as
Saturday.
well.
Correct.
Roman, thank you.
Roman, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I think you're convinced Tamar. Tamar
Definitely.
will start to buy school supplies one
From
time.
now.
I stole
Yeah.
them.
All right, that
Alrighty.
was Roman McCulloch telling us about back to school offers there at Tropigas. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Climate
Climate
Week,
Week.
how that fits into creating films and the creative space, and how those two things go together. We'll be right back.
We're back, everybody. We're back. This is the morning show. We have guests in studio. We have Amika Myers from the Climate Change Department and Carla Habet, Belize Film Commission. Any of you left-handed?
I think I started out left-handed, but then it changed me. Kind of said that the devil hand, right? So I went to right-handed.
Well, then you miss out because today actually is National Left-Handers Day.
Oh, really?
International
Oh, man.
Left-Handers Day.
I'm not quite ambidextrous
So
neither.
anybody who is left-handed,
It's your day.
it's your day today.
Oh, okay. Another life.
Climate Week is coming up.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
What's the connection here?
Well, there's a partnership taking place, Climate Film. So can you tell us about this connection? How it was, why, what's the purpose?
For sure. Well, this is only one of the connections because I think we have another connection that's coming in right now. But I think in this specific week, they're touting the orange economy. If you have been keeping track, I guess the orange economy has been like a priority in general for our region, and so basically, it's the orange economy is anything that's cultural and creative in nature. So that can span anything from people like myself who make videos to artisans selling things on the street, tour guides, all these things. Basically, it's basically monetizing anything to do with the culture and creative industries. And so I think this lean is looking at, okay, well, how can we leverage the orange economy to help with climate resilience? I think I'm right, Amika?
Yes, you're on point. You're on point.
And how are we doing that?
Okay, so I will go from the top. Well, this year we're having Climate Week in Punta Gorda. It's the 5th annual Climate Week, and it is scheduled for August 21st through the 24th. And we have Climate Week centered around orange economy, like Carla mentioned, and technology. So orange economy is a big highlight for Climate Week this year. I'm sure he will share more about what they will be focusing on. But throughout the 4 days, we have different thematic areas whereby we will start off with a parade for the first day and the regular usual opening ceremony. Then we have orange economy, an entire day for orange economy, and also UNDP will pitch in on that day. We also have forest and agriculture highlight, and then we have blue spaces and technology on the last day. So that's the run of show for the Climate Week 2026 this year. And like I said, it will be in Punta Gorda.
All right. Is this Miss Natasha Acosta?
Yes.
Just joined us. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome.
All right. Miss Natasha, can you tell us about your work in climate resilience?
Okay, so first of all, I am here representing the Corozal Sustainable Future Initiative, as we are one of the main sponsors for Climate Week. So just to tell you a little bit about us, about CSFI, we are an organization based in the northern part of Belize, and we manage two important areas. I don't know if you have heard about Shipstern. That's one of the areas that we manage, the Shipstern Conservation Management Area, and what is the Northeastern Biological Corridor. So our work basically centers around what is climate resilience. Everything that we do talks and resonates climate resilience, from when it comes to our patrolling and enforcement to our scientific work, research and monitoring, and education and outreach. Everything speaks climate resilience, just every single thing that we do. You know that protecting the forest, keeping the ecosystems healthy, also helps keep the people informed, communities informed about why it is important to adapt to the different climate impacts.
You know, when we hear about climate impacts in Belize, we put a lot of focus on the south. It seems to be the more vulnerable area. How is climate change affecting the north?
Yeah, well, you know that this year we had a significant changes in climate, the temperature. We had some drought as well that affected the north, and we are in the hurricane season as well. So you know, one of the ecosystems that is most important that we protect is the wetlands ecosystem, which would be the mangroves. So sometimes people do not realize why these things are important and why it is that we are protecting it. But as the time passes by and we can start noticing the different changes in the environment, we can become more aware and see, well, you know, this is the reason why it's important to protect these ecosystems.
What does your area look like? How big is it? A lot of forests, creeks, rivers, communities?
Yes,
All
we
that?
actually are one of the few protected areas that has a community living within the Shipstern Conservation Management Area itself. I don't know if you've heard about the Fireburn community. So yes, they're living within the protected area. So we have, you know, that great responsibility of working very closely with that community. Our area is pretty much large. We have approximately 43,000 hectares of forest.
Wow.
We protect very important ecosystems. You know, we have one of the we have the Yucatan dry forest, which is...
We border Mexico, right?
Yes, that's right. So we protect that very important ecosystem. We protect the Yucatan dry forest. We have the blue cenote, we have lagoons, we have different water bodies within the forests as well.
What about animals?
Oh, we have plenty of those as well. I think if you have heard about Shipstern, we are very well known for jaguar protection.
Wow.
We are known as well for a lot of monitoring activities that we do. We have bird monitoring, we have primates monitoring. We can see throughout the forest the different, the 5 cat species that are well known to Belize.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Samar brought up earlier about the salt, because we always say about the salt, you know, and
Erosion
encroachment and erosion
Mhm.
and all that. So you don't have any challenges? Everything is nice?
Well, that would be the perfect scenario, right? But yes, we do have our challenges. I think that is the reason why our main, one of our main pillars is revolved around patrolling and enforcement. Our largest team is on the ground, making sure that the work is getting done. Aside from preventing illegal entries and, you know, illegal activities, you have illegal fishing, illegal poaching. Aside from that, the team does a very good job at protecting the forests, all of biodiversity itself.
Who does illegal fishing and poaching and so on?
Well, we have had cases that we have seen people from the same surrounding communities, right?
Okay.
And that is where now our greater responsibility is to make sure that these communities are well informed and educated as to, you know, okay, so this is the protected area, this is the borderline. We need to make sure our boundaries are maintained so that they can know exactly, you know, okay, I don't cross here because starting here, then it's the protected area.
You know, in the south and the west, we hear a lot of illegal crossovers from Guatemala. We don't have that problem in Mexico, do we? Are there any Mexican communities?
So far, we haven't had any challenges where we have seen Mexicans crossing into the Belize side. No.
No, we don't have that. I think it's more isolated there than otherwise, less population.
Now,
Anyway,
the creative
Carla,
industry.
Yes. How you want to film all of this now?
So it's not up to me to film everything, but I think what's good is that we have some initiatives, because I think people would want to know ideally, like, okay, well, how? Like,
Yes.
how does the orange economy have an impact on climate resilience? And I think, so that is actually a question that we do ask. We have a couple competitions out. There is actually a video competition that is sponsored, well, it's with the CCD, but also sponsored by Niche. True Film Commission, which is asking this exact question, which is that how can we leverage orange economy essentially for climate resilience? So that's something that we will see the results of hopefully on that day after we judge them and we figure out, I guess, who's the best. But also there's another competition that they're also doing, and it involves different people from the orange economy. So I think we have like designers, for instance. We have people that are making products, you know, even like homes. So I mean, to tell you how like broad, you know, the orange economy is and how it can affect resilience, it's crazy. So I mean, I would suggest that people come to the week to get an idea of it. But also there's a lot going on socials as well to kind of show you what's going on. There is a panel on Saturday that I will be a part of as well that speaks specifically to the orange economy and how we can leverage that, you know, to be more climate resilient in Belize.
You know, one of the things I think Hollywood is known for is they push agendas. And they, you know, it's always somewhere in there. even if it's on maybe a sci-fi basis, right? But they
Yes.
find a way to put whatever, I don't want to call it propaganda, but because sometimes it's valid. Do you think that's something we should focus on, in our Belizean film creation, putting some of our real, everyday climate challenges into the films that we make or the content that we make?
For sure. So I mean that, I guess, as a filmmaker myself, that was my first thought. Like, how do we leverage it? I was like, well, make stuff. Let's make films. I mean, not just films, but we could make songs. We could make visual art. We could even do things like make apps. So again, it's so the breadth of things that you could achieve with the orange economy. It's really so broad. The first thing, like what you said, is what I want to do, which is yes, leverage propaganda, and I have no problem with that word. It has a bad, because of where it started. What propaganda is now marketing, so that's what it's messaging. You know what I mean?
Messaging, right?
Yeah. So to me, at the very least, we should be leveraging these media to send the right messages to people and get them to change their behavior. I think that is definitely like one of the pillars. But other than that, like I mentioned, there's so many ways to be involved. I mean, like we have like a designer, for instance, and this person is using like recycled materials to make clothes. So that's something that might not be immediately, might not come to mind, but it's out of the box. It's a way to do it. We've had people, again, doing things like even using recycled materials to build like homes and different structures.
Yeah.
Things like this, again, I didn't see it coming, but I'm really happy to see that even ideas that we don't think of, that they're still out there, and that's the beauty of the human nature, is that we can just make anything, and I think you're seeing that now with the challenge.
So the challenge. Tell us more about the challenge. Is it still open? What are you looking for?
So I think there's two different challenges. I think probably Amika could speak to the one that kind of incorporates not just the videos, but so for the one from Niche, it's really just a video competition straight up, because again it's film commission and it's really video centric, and so we want people to essentially, like you said, like leverage good messaging, tell good stories, tell stories that could move people to change their behavior basically, and so that would be, I guess, the nutshell. But you can check it out on our socials and get all the actual criteria.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the basis of it again is how do we leverage the orange economy to help us with climate resilience.
Okay. Ms. Amika, you touched on some stuff earlier, but what aspect of all the initiatives do you think will have the biggest impact? Or what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I'm looking forward to, of course, the competitions and to include the general public in what we're doing, because first of all, we're trying to spread awareness on climate change, awareness, and just basically informing the public how we could be resilient, and to just survive in what we have now, embrace what we have, because climate change is here, it's not going away. So basically, I'm just looking forward to everyone coming out and being a part of what we're doing, our initiative, and embracing it. Of course, the competitions, that is one of the greatest things that I'm looking forward to. But basically, yes, I'm just looking forward to the event and to see how everyone will embrace Climate Week, and to see how Punta Gorda.
Have you been receiving submissions?
Of course. Well, regarding our submissions, we are fully booked for booths. We will be having 20 booth spaces per day, and we still have been receiving requests for more people to be a part of our activity. But since we are working with a limited space and we're embracing it, we're trying to see how we could still incorporate those that want to be involved. So we're still working on that aspect.
And we're joined on set by a fourth guest. Please introduce yourself and tell us what role you play.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. My apologies for appearing on the stage.
We're happy to have you.
So I represent the United Nations Development Program, Belize Country Office. My name is Chad Bowman. I'm a part of the Nature, Climate, and Energy portfolio. And it is a pleasure for UNDP to be partnering with the Climate Change Department this year for Climate Week. I think we will support day 3 of this year's Climate Week, which is the day we're highlighting orange economy. And in the perspective of UNDP, this is a clear alignment with our work that we do when it comes to sustainable development, particularly for the purpose that it is always overlooked that the creative aspects of our society, the traditional aspects, it actually contributes to climate action. And so this year, as we partner with the CCD, I think we'll bring forward some of those real life experiences that demonstrates how communities, NGOs, community members are actually taking action to.
How do you help? How's your assistance?
Sorry?
In what form does it, UNDP is supporting this program?
Well, as a partner for Climate Week, we are also supporting with resources from one of our flagship project, which is the Euroclima project, which is the project that supports the development of the carbon markets policy. I think colleague have mentioned some parts of that already. And then also we are doing awareness as building awareness of what carbon markets would look like in Belize in the future. And so the support is a substantial support as it relates to building the communication, building the knowledge and the experiences for Belize in regards to climate action through the financing of, how do we access resources
somebody
for
out there
carbon
might be
markets.
asking, what is the orange economy?
Yeah, so the origin economy in simple sense is what, in other words, a synonym would be the creative sector. That sector that harnesses tradition, culture, experiences, creation, and doesn't rely so much on the extractive aspects of our natural resources or our natural assets. So it really brings forward those green jobs, the behavioral changes that will benefit the environment and so forth.
Now, I have a question, and any of you who feel like you would like to answer can take this one, but we always encourage the youth to get involved, but I think a lot of times when it comes to addressing climate challenges, we need experience, right? Experience, knowledge. So I would think we have to engage the old. But how can
youth impaired?
The wise. They used to be young.
You challenge.
But what can the youth contribute?
Well, this year the youth, we always bring the youth to the forefront. They will be very much involved, and we have here our partner UNDP. They have their youth ambassadors as well, and also the Climate Change Department have a youth academy. So we will have them much well incorporated in Climate Week. They are part of our agenda. They are part of challenges, and you will see them active. So of course we are also targeting the youth, and we are targeting people of all age.
You looked at Ernesto when you said that. I noticed that.
Well, some youth are blaming the old for destroying the planet. But let's bring this down to earth, no pun intended. What is it that you want the youth to learn? Basically, what is it you want them? Do the young people appreciate that there is climate change, and in 50 years, I hear the experts say Belize City will disappear because the water will raise 2 or 3 feet. I mean, how serious is this for the youth?
Well, it is serious, and we could see how interested they are because we are actually on our second cohort for a youth academy for the Climate Change Department. So we see new youth every year, and also we are also receiving application for internship. So youths are reaching out to us, trying to be involved.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is more than, you asked for old people, right?
Yeah.
This is more than just picking up trash on the seaside, right? We have COP, which is the meeting every year, and that is actually not doing very well because the older people in charge are spending more money on fossil fuel development right now than on cleaning the planet. We can't. The countries are full of plastic that they can't recycle because it's too expensive. Are these hard-earned, questions being brought up, and understand that this is going to get very serious, more serious in a few years? How deep? Who's lecturing the youth and telling them this is actually happening?
Well, we are trying our best. Of course, we can't have full control over all aspects.
Agreed.
But we're starting with awareness, and that is, I believe, that is the foundation, that is the cornerstone, awareness. Because while we could share this information, we can't accept them or force them to receive it. So one of the main things that we are doing is spreading awareness, and that is also through our
Awareness,
initiatives.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Climate Week and
So you know
other
what's going on.
activities that we have, yes.
But what's happening internationally is very, very important.
Of course.
What's the young lady's name who is famous for protesting climate
Miss
change? and
Greta
so on?
Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg, you know. I mean, she's out there, but she's no longer a youth.
Well, you know, I think you touched on something
Yeah.
sort of important too. The youth tend to get it. I think.
Mhm.
I mean,
They
like
do, they do.
even me. I mean, I know I'm getting into the youth impaired range, but when I grew up, I was taught that climate change was real. That that our ozone layer is being completely damaged, and it's our fault. So I accepted that. What's happening now is like there's like a counterculture type revolution where people are trying to push back against this, but why? And you kind of got back to it. It's because of money. People just want money, and so
Yeah.
they're trying to deny something that's quite obvious. So I think
Because
that really the youth are not the problem.
The youth need a voice out there, a very powerful voice to push this issue. And that seems to be a little lacking. And it, just food for thought.
Yes.
If I could jump in here,
Yeah,
I think,
the UNDP.
well, particularly, I think the week of Climate Week will give that level of conversation to motivate.
Right.
You asked about what can the youth do, or what can community members do, or anyone from the population do. I think I was just on 5 open areas just now, and one of the youth ambassadors
now you're
mentioned
in the real place.
No. One of the youth ambassadors mentioned something very critical. We always overlook it. It is the little habits or behavioral practices that makes the big changes. It's not really the big stuff. Like when you start to think about
I
it.
would debate you on that.
Yeah,
would
I know.
debate you on
Because consistently, like it's like losing weight. You can't
Mm.
lose weight all at once. You have to be consistent.
Well, Ozempic will tell you differently.
Yeah,
but,
right. But you know the effects of that. So, and I think through Climate Week, we are going to see a collective of
I agree.
different layers
You
of our
become
population,
aware.
different
Yeah.
layers of our institutions, coming at the table, having discussions, have showcasing of what they're doing, and it will give the youth an opportunity to maybe bring their thoughts forward and also take into consideration what is really being done. And this creates a space of collaboration. It creates a space of where open thinking is, and then we get more involvement from our youths. And I think also
I got you.
also Climate Week is one of those weeks that we always
It's necessary.
Yeah, we always have every year, but this year we're going to have it south, and we're going to have a different part of our demographic involved, which is really good.
My point is that it's bigger than, you need to be aware of what's
Yes,
happening
indeed.
in the big world today. The older people are creating wars, destroying the environment. All these bombs are, it is affecting the environment. Look at the earthquakes going on. 2 typhoons, one hit Japan, the other one hit China. We kind of lucky right now, we're quiet. Then they say El Nino will come and create flooding. So, this is serious business we're talking about here. And those who are going to inherit the earth need to be very well aware of what's going on out there, how much you can push. And this is where UNDP comes in, because you have the international contacts and you know what's going on in the big world. But small steps, huh? You start with small steps.
Incremental, consistent.
Okay, so
What's next on the agenda for the week?
Speaking of the environment, a family of tapirs apparently want to live by the airport. I don't know if you heard this story.
Oh no, I didn't know.
That's an interesting. Why are they moving to the airport?
So somewhere
Exactly.
so active.
And apparently it's a baby, mommy, and daddy.
You probably
One or
got
two
family who
babies.
live outside and they want to visit there quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
More
yeah,
lines
yeah.
at the
That's a
airport.
story right there that picked up by somebody within this. So why are these tapirs moving
Personalities.
away? And yesterday we heard the authorities looking to see how they can move them. The zoo is moving in. I think the animal protection or, that's a story to be picked up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So people can tell that story and maybe submit it in the competition.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's right. Okay, so remind us again of the program.
Okay, so like I said, Climate Week will be in PG. It will actually be at the Punta Gorda Sporting Complex from August 21st to the 24th, 2026. And it's an all-day event. Every day will be focused on different thematic areas. We'll start off with a parade. Second day, orange economy. Third day, agriculture and forest. Fourth day, blue spaces and technology.
You're busy. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
you need to do that.
with all that is happening, we also have an Eco Innovator competition that we hosted. We have a film competition, and we also will be having a robotics competition. So we have the youth very much involved. So we'll be announcing the winners on the day of.
Okay.
So we will also try our best to keep these segments live stream, so those that cannot make it
That's right.
could
Yeah.
be also be in tune. So yes, but I also want to use the opportunity to shout out our sponsors. Also, we call them our climate champions. We have CSFI, Corozal Sustainable Future Initiative. We have UNDP. We have Protected Areas Conservation Trust, Department of the Environment, and of course, Belize Film Commission.
Awesome. Very well done. Thank you for coming.
Thank
You
you
came
too
in
for
all the way
having
from
us.
Corozal?
On the show, yes, all the way from Corozal.
Welcome,
Thanks for being here.
I just want to invite everybody as well to come out to Climate Week. Us as a participating organization will be there. We'll be having our exhibition booth. If you want to learn more about climate resilience in action, I invite everybody to please come out to the CSFI booth. We will be there, and we will be teaching more about the work that really gets done behind the scenes, which is in the field.
You're driving back today?
Yes, sir.
Well, drive carefully.
Thank
You
you.
know, enjoy Belize City before you go home.
Yes.
Every time we get somebody from up north come along,
It's true, yeah. All the way up north.
Yeah, all the way up
Thanks for
north
coming.
from there. Of course, Amika,
Thank you for
keep up
having
the
me.
good work on.
having us.
And Carlo,
Thank you.
well, I know you're doing what you like to do. And you'll be sharing the videos, right? You'll be able to see
Yes.
the videos on your website or somewhere.
Yeah, so I was just going to mention too that the competition is still open. So if you want to go to the Belize Film Commission social media pages like Facebook, Instagram, you can see all the rules.
All the details.
Yes, so tell a story that matters, tell a story that makes a difference, and let's make us more climate resilient. Use those creative juices, and let's see what's going on with Belizean youth.
Awesome.
Alrighty. And of course, Mr. Bowman,
Thank you
for
having
dropping
me
in,
too.
sir. We appreciate it. We'll be moving on. We'll be talking about, I think the most famous Belizean product.
Yeah. We'll
In
be
a
talking
few
about
minutes.
this big 45th anniversary of Marie Sharp's products. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And moving right on, we have in the studios with us this morning Ms. Marie Sharp. Of course, she needs no introduction.
No,
You know.
definitely not.
No, and joining her is her, I think you're in the marketing department, Marie
Yes.
Sharp.
And also the
Leanne-
granddaughter
Leanne Gongora and
of Miss
granddaughter.
Marie, Miss Leanne Gongora. Ladies, good morning. It is our absolute pleasure having you with us in studios. This is a very momentous occasion for the Marie Sharp brand, the Marie Sharp family. And I think I just want to start off by asking Miss Marie, when you started this 45 years ago, back in the 80s, making and selling pepper sauce, did you ever imagine that it would become a 45-year legacy?
No, never. Never. This is really an achievement that I didn't even dream of. Because when I started, I never, in my wildest imaginations, did I think that I was going to be where I am today.
I think one of the things that most Belizeans are most awed by is how the product has also taken to the international markets. What was that moment that led Marie Sharp to cross borders?
Well, really, that was one of our most difficult tasks, you know, getting to where we could cross borders. Because the first border that was my greatest fight with was the U.S. Since we are so close, you know, I tried to get in there, but the constraints were financing. We didn't really have money to throw towards marketing.
Right.
And in the U.S., everything is marketing.
Right.
I mean, for you to get into the supermarkets, it costs you a whole lot of money because you have to pay for space or you give free placements. And free placements is that whatever you want to put on that shelf, you give them a case of the product. But if it's not to one supermarket, if they have chains, you know how many products you have to be giving them, and it doesn't end there. Then it is my responsibility to move it off the shelf. So I have to go into promotion, tastings, pay for people to give tasters every fortnight, every weekend, you know. So it's a lot of money. I couldn't afford that. So in the beginning, I guess I did get into the U.S., but I had to go just the mom and pops, the ethnic markets, and the gourmet, which are small markets.
Yes, niche
But I had to
markets.
avoid the supermarkets. I couldn't afford to go into the supermarkets. It was too expensive. And what really broke that barrier was when Walmart sent somebody to Belize to look for me. And, you know, they showed their interest in the products, and we got into Walmart. Now, with that step, I didn't have to pay to get in because they wanted
They came
me.
looking for you, yeah.
So it was on the other side now, right? So naturally, we grasped that opportunity and we got into Walmart. And once you've broken that barrier, I mean, then it's easier to get into other chains.
But how did Walmart ever tell you why they found you? Is it because you were in the niche markets, like the ethnic markets, that they found you?
I think one of our greatest ambassadors were the tourism industry.
People were asking for your product.
The tourists that go from here, I don't think there is one tourist that go from here that don't have a Marie Sharp product that is going with them. And the girl at the airport tells me that all the time. He said, Miss Marie, every suitcase that passed through here, they can see, you know, how many Marie Sharp products in there. So I think they were my greatest ambassadors. Plus they take it, they give it away to friends, you know, the family and so on, and the name started to spread and so on. And plus the Belizean people too, don't take your eyes off them.
No.
Because every Belizean
I
that
can't
travels
travel
take it
without
away
that.
for giveaways, for family, for, you know. So
I think my grandchildren say Marie Sharp before they say Daddy.
yes. So you know, we have to take that into consideration too. You know that a lot of the promotion
By word
was
of
done
mouth,
right
that's out there.
from here, from tourists that come to Belize.
Of course, before all of that, you had to come up with a winning recipe.
Of course. This is why one of my always sayings to entrepreneurs, if you're doing something, do it good. Don't watch the cost, do it good. And then once you have it, then you have to work out the cost, because not because it's good you think you're going to make $1 million overnight. No, you have to come in still at a competitive
There's
price.
always competition out there. Always.
Competition is out there.
So you have a secret recipe, right, that you have locked up in a safe?
Oh, yes.
Does Leanne know the
And
recipe?
somebody,
I know where it's hidden.
Yes.
But you had the original recipe.
Yes.
Which, is that still your bestseller?
No, the hotter ones are not the better sellers, but actually the
So
best.
your original recipe was not the hottest?
No.
Okay.
She's increased the heat
It
over
was
the years.
It was the mildest.
The mildest.
And then, people kept saying, oh, it's not hot enough. And then I did the second hot. And then after a while, oh, that's not hot enough. Then I did another heat level. And then the heat level just kept going up and up until today, where we're doing like the scorpion, which is,
Yes.
that will knock the brain out of your head, right? But
it sells.
Yeah.
We can't produce enough of that.
You know, they had a
You can barely find it on the shelves.
Yes.
Yes,
They
we
had a
can't
pepper
produce
eating
enough.
competition in the U.S. recently. I don't remember when or where or anything. But a woman won it. A young blonde one ate the hottest pepper, beat all the men.
Yes,
not surprised.
usually in the States you find a lot of peppers, because I've been to like the expos for
Yes,
pepper, and you get some that is terribly hot, but there's no
But
flavor,
right.
no taste,
They're
no
just hot.
nothing. It's just heat.
Personally, I think it's amazing because when you use pepper, it's usually a few drops on your meat, on your rice, on your meal, right? How do you manage to pack so much flavor into just a few drops of this product that it transforms the entire taste of your plate?
Yeah. Well, because it's one formula, so regardless of how small a drop you put, every drop has that taste, So it's there all in the bottle.
All right. So now, then you started to experiment with other variations, different
Yes.
heat levels, different products you started to add to the roster.
Yes, well, we have the green habanero, but the green habanero is made from scotchineal. I don't know if
That's
you're
the
aware
base.
of that, but it's made from scotchineal. And that came about because one of my buyers in the States called me one day and said, Miss Marie, we would like a green habanero pepper sauce, but we don't want anything with color. He said, because here you have all color green. Some look like poison, some look like, we want something natural. He said, you think you can come up with something like that? And it took me like a couple days, I know we have jokoto, we have, I started to think of all the wild plants that we could use, And one night I was sitting at home, and right there in my yard I see this cochineal nopal. And that we can do. I said, but I wonder if we have in commercial quantities. So I put it on the radio. Marie Sharp's looking for nopal. And a guy out of Orange Walk answered. He said, Miss Marie, you're buying cochineal? I said, yes. He said, I have. I said, you sure? Yes. I said, bring me 5,000 pounds Monday morning. I did it as a trial to see if he really had, right?
Yes, yes.
And then Monday morning, this truck come in loaded with nopal. I said, wow, you really have. I said, could you have more? He said, yes. I said, okay, well, we can work with this. And that's where that came about. But then the other fruits are from the farm. We do mango habanero. We do pineapple habanero. The pineapple actually is one that we donate 5% of that to the Haven House.
Yes.
In Belize. We have what other fruits we use?
Orange.
We have orange.
Okay.
Orange habanero. We have grapefruit habanero. And we are shortly going to come out with a new one that's going to be protecting the manatee. So we'll be giving 5% of the sales of that to the
Amazing.
protection of manatees too. So that will be out like about the end of this month, right?
Correct.
About the end of this month, that should be on the market.
Leanne, most of us know just a glimpse of your grandmother, the businesswoman that she is. What kind of a grandmother is she? Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. A hard
one, but a very loving one.
Okay.
I remember going to school, and the person I would ask to help me with my school projects would be her. And one of the things I always remember was I was in the science department, and I was supposed to make some shaped organ. I'm not sure if it's the kidney or what. And my grandfather was watching something, the football, and he said, I'm not taking you guys. She said, give me the keys. It's a stick shift vehicle. So we figure it out.
Okay.
So we reached the Chinese, but now we can't go back. I said, well, you have to call Grandpa Gran. I said, no man, we try again. So that's the type of woman she is, you know, and she taught me preservation and stuff like that.
I don't think you have to convince us of that.
Yes,
You know
resilience.
that. And what I'm hearing, you are still very involved with the everyday
Oh yes, I go to
production.
work every day from
Yeah.
8 to 12. And then in the afternoons I don't go back. But I'm there every day.
What do you do when you're there? I mean, you do everything, or you have specific, or you just
the office,
consult
just
with
the
you?
office,
They consult with you because you have a manager.
Yes.
You have a manager. You have marketing.
Yes.
But I mean, who comes up with these different recipes? You do that yourself?
I do myself.
Or you have a
yes.
team?
I do that myself, and then I pass it down to the girl in the laboratory, and then they will run trials and bring it for me to taste, and you know, and we.
Anybody else taste with you, or you just do the tasting?
Oh no,
yourself?
we do. Before we take out a product, we have a taste testing of tourists that are visiting the factory. We give it out to taste, right, and see their reactions and see what they think. Because again, you always have to be open to criticism and constructive criticism.
Yes.
You know, suppose they tell you, well, this needs maybe a little more salt, or it needs a little. You have to fix it because you need to come out with something good.
Because it has changed. When you made a pepper sauce,
Yes.
you made a pepper sauce.
Yes.
Now, I old school. Give me a real pepper sauce. I know why they put no pineapple in there, mango or anything, right? Just like they have beer now with all kind of flavors, no. Or whiskey without, no. Give me my regular. But that is what has changed because people ask for different pepper sauces to
yes.
go with different
Yeah.
foods or things like that, the varieties,
Yes.
right?
Especially since we're in the international markets, we have to see what they're looking for as well too. Like for example, the mango took off in Dubai, so you have to see the different taste palettes of everyone.
And what my good friend over here might not notice, because most men just tend to enjoy what they're, but most pepper sauces have a base, whether it's the carrot or it's the cactus like you mentioned. Maybe it's just because that's more traditional, notice, right?
Yes.
And then when you add a fruit that's less traditional like the pineapple, it just adds variety. But they all need a base.
Yes.
Miss Marie, in these past 45 years, what would you say is perhaps one of the most memorable moments throughout the journey, something that you would say you're most proud of?
When I was nominated for the Hall of Fame in New York, I scoffed because I said, well, I'm not an American, right? So that's not going to happen. And when it did happen, I was really overjoyed. I couldn't understand it because, as I said, I'm not an American.
Yeah.
And then when I went for the
award,
for the what they call it, when you're going to be
Inducted.
entered into this,
inducted.
yeah. When we went for that, I found out that everybody there that did pepper sauce and were in pepper sauce business were all men.
Wow.
All men. I was the
Imagine.
only woman and the only non-American. So, I felt, wow, this is really
that's
an
an
honor.
achievement.
Yes. This is really an honor. A woman, and I'm not even an American, And they really did. I mean, they tried so hard because at one time I told him, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go for the induction, no. And he said, oh, you have to come. We'll spread out the red carpet for you.
Okay.
So it really made me feel, well, here I am being honored, really, right?
Yeah.
So I was very proud of that.
One thing I always wanted to ask you, when it comes to the specific tastes products and the quality of your products, how much do you attribute to maybe our Belizean soil, our rainwater, our climate? You know, how much of that do you think is a part of the secret of the success?
I think it's a major part of the whole composition, because I'll tell you one thing. There was one year when we had been wiped out of the habanero peppers because of sickness, because of whiteflies, because of whatever. But we had no habanero.
Wow.
And I had to start searching for habanero peppers all over the place. I found in Costa Rica. So I went to Costa Rica, and I didn't like it because they prepare their pepper mash different from I do. But I had to buy it because we were running out completely. And I bought it. Then I noticed that they gave me one of the habanero pepper, and I could bite it and chew it. I can't bite one of ours and chew it. So I don't know if it's the Belizean soil, the amount of heat, the amount of heat from the sun that we have daily. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you one thing: our habanero stand out.
Has flavor.
That makes me proud to hear that.
And the flavor.
It has flavor. It has flavor. I understand. I don't think recently, but I did hear you once say that you had a little difficulty, even now, getting pepper supply in Belize.
Oh, no, I'm okay right now.
Okay now?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We have like about between 70 and 80 farmers that grow peppers for us. So every pepper crop, we buy like almost 1 million pounds of habanero pepper from those people.
Wow. Imagine.
And they grow only the red habanero. We, at our farm, we grow the yellow. And the scorpion.
Okay, and the green?
The green, I can get green from the yellow.
Okay.
You reap it green, or you leave it and it turns yellow.
Okay, I got you.
But you can't mix the yellow with the red because it's famous for cross-pollinating.
Yeah, so you for blame. You for blame. I go to the supermarket and I get only chinchilli habaneros like that. You must buy out all the good ones.
No, to be honest with you, the habanero that we know and that I knew from I was a little girl was an orange color and was only like about this.
Yes.
I was the one that brought the habanero. I bought the Scotch bonnet and started to cross-pollinate with our pepper to change the color and to get a different pepper. And I started to get the seeds. And I started to cross-pollinate and save the seeds. I started to give out to farmers the seeds and tell them, okay, when you plant this, if you see one come up and it's not what you're looking, you have to take it out. Oh, they thought I was one of the most horrible people. They even went to report me in Belmopan that I make them root out their plants, right?
You're trying to raise a species and you're not understanding.
But today, now, we actually have the red and the bigger habanero. And the little orange ones are very scarce, though. But that is the real habanero, the little orange.
Yes, the little ones.
Yes.
I mean, the burn and everything.
Yes.
But we have to talk about this.
Okay, yes, 45 years.
45 years. What are these?
I leave Leanne to do that because that is her work.
Yes. So in honor of our 45 years, we created 2 categories of boxes. One is a mystery box and one is a collector's box. In the mystery box, we have 2 tiers. What is in your hand is the $45 mystery box. And you can open it.
You get to unveil the mystery.
Yes. You don't know what you're getting inside.
Are each one different?
Yes,
each one
kind
is
of
different.
sealed on, so.
Right
oh,
on
no,
the
no,
side.
I got it.
Oh, wow. So you got to
Okay.
show us what's in it.
Well, you have a picture, Marie Sharp.
Give me this box.
Just kidding.
I can't wait. I love opening and unboxing products.
Yes.
So here you have, what's this one?
One of the, that is the pineapple sauce, and all of the packaging is the same for the sauces. To know the difference, you're gonna see where normally the barcode is. You're gonna see, sorry, not the barcode, the lot number.
Okay.
Or the expiration date, you're gonna see what flavor you got. And all of the labels are the same because one of the things that we want to push during this 45 years is actually entrepreneurship. And so if you read the label, there is some inspiring words from
it says
Miss
it
Marie.
right here, inspired by one woman, fueled by a nation, made for the world, and it continues with some more words of inspiration.
Yes, that the possibilities are endless. And here in Belize, we are so rich in different things that we can make, and so that's one of the things that we want to bring across. So in the mystery box, you're gonna get a couple of assorted items and merchandise. So that's the $45 one. That is the $85 one that we have.
Yeah, this is
which
awesome.
has more goodies.
You have
in
the
it.
squash, you have the, and this label will be
Will never
collectors.
be made again.
No, never
Right.
be made again. That's
A
only for the,
special-
no, just for the
special
45 years.
And this is your original recipe in here?
Yes.
Basically, the original.
Correct.
This is the original
Yes.
sauce.
Mhm.
Okay. Then you have here the huckleberry pancake syrup.
So in the $85 box, you get a chance to win the golden ticket, which should be in there as well. That's a thank you card.
Okay.
So the golden ticket is a chance for you to win a case of hot sauce assorted how you like.
For life?
No, for that one time.
Depends on how long you live.
Yes.
But all these labels are
And so
limited.
in the collector's box, these are 5 items that
This
you're
is the
never gonna.
collector's box?
No, those are the
Oh.
2 mystery box. So you don't know
Okay.
what you're gonna get.
this one
That's
is
the
the-
mystery. Yes.
So this other one is the collector's.
Correct.
All right.
Nice.
And you can get any packaging so they can interchange as well too. So that collector's box has a roasted habanero sauce. So it's a roasted green sauce. We have never going to be made again.
That's the
pancake
huckleberry
syrup.
pancake
Syrup.
pancake
Okay.
syrup.
What's huckleberry?
Huckleberry is a little.
Sorry.
It's a little berry.
Okay.
About this
Tamarind
size.
sweet.
Like it looks
Does it have
almost
a
like a
habanero
blueberry,
in it?
like
No.
like a blueberry, like that.
Okay.
The Mennonites grow it, and we process
Spicy
it into
mayonnaise.
jams and pepper sauce too. The
We
huckleberry.
have to mention the jam collection, you know.
Yes, of course.
You know, I
And
can buy
then-
one X jam recently, and my wife kind of tell me I can never buy a Marie Sharp.
And then in that box you get kasham and tamarind sweet, right?
Different.
In that box you have tamarind sweet.
Yes,
And
we
kasham?
have the tamarind sweets
Tamarind
right
sweet,
here.
Yes, and kasham.
And kasha?
Yes.
This one looks like pepper flakes,
Yes,
isn't
so
it?
we made pepper flakes as well too. So that is scorpion pepper flakes that you're
And
seeing.
this one is the kasham.
Yes, correct.
So you're diversifying.
Yes, and
You're
it's
going
also
with
to
different
inspire
products.
people as well too. We don't have as far as I know, we don't have a Belizean pancake syrup. We don't have a Belizean mayonnaise. Something that
we
are
do
easy
now.
to make.
But this was in here.
Never gonna
wasn't
be
it?
made again. So not yeah.
Why kasham and
Kasham, I used to do the corn coffee. You know.
Yeah, I used to
do
drink
the
that
corn
as an
coffee,
e-boy.
And
Used to
I
make
used
that.
to, and actually that sold well with the tourists because it had no caffeine, and we used to percolate it and give it to them to drink. I made bottles, but they started complaining that the bottle too small. But after a while, I gave up on it because it's too much work.
Yeah.
I have to patch that corn until it's almost black and almost burnt, right, to make the coffee.
Then you grind it.
Yes, then we grind it. And
My
we
granny
add
used to
some-
make that.
Yes, I used to
Upon
do
the,
that.
upon the kamal, on big
So,
kamal
yes,
in the
on
backyard.
a big kamal.
And then I
And
used to
that's
do
how come we
coffee.
started to do the kasham. And then we noticed that we can sell kasham, but it's just time to produce. I mean, it's too many products. We're doing 16 pepper sauces.
17.
And then we're doing 10 or 11 jams and
Jams.
jellies.
Besides the squash.
Then we do the squash, right? So it's a lot of work, you know.
How many people are you employing now?
In the factory is like about 60, 65, and on the farm is like about 20.
And besides, you mentioned you have all these farmers growing pepper for you.
Yes, apart from that, the farmers.
So you
But
are
when
making...
when I started with those farmers, they were all people that have 1 acre, 2 acres, you know. That
No,
was
it's
the kind
tens of acres.
And
or-
at the start of every crop, because I have to have meetings with them, because we have to train them what chemicals they can use and what chemicals they can't use and what they can do, and you know. So we have to train them for the overseas market because you can't use peppers that have any chemical on it, you know, when they're spraying any pesticide or whatever. So we have to work hard with our farmers. And I used to give them money for their startup. Nothing over 5,000 and no interest. So I used to help them by giving them the money to start their plantations, right? And I did that up to about, I think, the last, I would say maybe 6-7 years. I stopped. Because now they're rich. So they don't need any assistance anymore. So I tell them, you have to learn that you put aside the money because you're going to start to plant again next year. Marisha, stop giving any loan.
Wow.
Now and again, I still get one or two come in and said...
behind the scenes stories.
Yes. Every
Behind
now
the
and
scenes
again, we get
stories.
one or two come in and, you know, well, my pump broke or this broke or can you lend me? And I'd lend them, but it's not something like I used to do before. Because before it used to be quite a bit of money that I had to put out for peppers.
Are these going to be in stores? Where can a collector get their box?
So we have it on the website, 45 and Fiery. And you can also contact 611-2866, and you can WhatsApp us or call us and place your orders as well. And then on the 26th of August, we're going to be shipping it out, and it's going to be at any EasyY branch, countrywide, that you can pick it up.
A which branch?
EasyY.
EasyY?
Easy.
Yes. Easy.
Okay.
Mhm.
They won't be in the regular supermarkets?
No.
No.
No. So we're going to have it shipped out, and then you just pick it up.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
on 45 years.
to you, yes.
Thank you very much.
You still eat your pepper?
Very little.
Very little.
My stomach now is gone.
You've been taste testing for all
I
these
have
years?
no more pellets left, and my stomach now is gone. So, very little pepper.
Have you identified who will take over from you?
Well, I have
You
my
have to tell us
grandchildren.
who you
I have
are.
my son. I have another partner to Leanne, another grandson, Jody. He does all the international sales. So he travels a lot right now. He's in Salvador with his trade mission that went there. You know, where they're opening up the
they're signing this memorandum.
So
Sounds like
he's doing
This
that.
is
He's
international company,
international.
man. We could all learn from this.
I like this because it shows that Marie Sharps will definitely be around for another 45 years, at least.
Not this Marie Sharp, but maybe the name.
The name for sure.
Well, I've been eating Marie Sharp for 45 years.
Thanks
That's
for coming.
Sure.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing
you
your
very much for
success with
sharing.
us.
Yes. You're an
Thank you very much,
inspiration.
too.
Always will be.
Belize,
Thank
it's
you
time
very
for
much.
us to go. It is 4 minutes past 9 o'clock. So let me quickly say thank you to our staff behind the scenes, William Usher, camera and controls. Miss Karen is in Love FM Studios. We have Richard Herbert. He is our floor producer for this morning. Our producer who helped to put together this lineup, Miss Manuela Ayuso. Thank you all so very much.
Take care of yourself. Be kind to somebody today. Belize and beyond.
Thanks for choosing love.
choosing love. Bye-bye.
Good morning, Belize, and good morning. I say good